Like many entrepreneurs, my favorite part of accounting is getting paid. Well, if you're like me, the first thing you want to do when you get a check from someone is to run down to the bank and put it in the account. Well, not so fast. There's a bunch of things we have to do before we do that. Remember the lists we created last lesson? Let's take a look at one of them. The first list we created in last lesson was called Owed to Me. This is stuff that people like customers owe to us. And when customers owe us something, it's called accounts receivable. And you can see there we have $672 that we put in this accounts receivable list in the first lesson. So this looks pretty straightforward, right? So 672 here, and this check is worth $672. There seems to be a match. Okay, now can I go to the bank? Okay, well, not quite yet. We want to make sure that we have to match this up against our not only our customer, but also against the invoice. And when you're underway, you're going to have lots of customers and lots of invoices. So we need to match that up. This lets me know in the future that they've paid me and what they've paid me for. So the next thing I want to do is I want to reduce my accounts receivable by this $672 from this check. So there's going to be nothing left owing to me at this point. But then I have to put this $672 somewhere. And because I'm not going to go to the bank until maybe tomorrow, I'm going to put it in another account called undeposited funds, as you can see here. What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to keep track of my money at every single step. It's very, very important that you do that. $672 there. I'll put the check in my deposit book and it's ready to go when I go to the bank tomorrow. And if you're using software to do this, you'd simply find the invoice that you wanted to pay. You'll remember this one from the last lesson. Mary's Flower Store is $672, and you just tap on Receive Payment. An invoice payment screen pops up, which in this case is properly filled out. Here's the date, here's the amount, it's a check, and it's going to be going into undeposited funds. All I would have to do is tap Save and Close. Now, if it was a partial payment, I could make that change here, and of course, and then tap on Save and Close. And of course, what QuickBooks Online does is make sure that your accounts receivable lists are automatically maintained by it. So we've sent out an invoice and we've gotten paid. Being in business is fun.